Hey fans, you guys ready for another what do you call this segment?
Catching up with revelations.
You guys ready for some more catching up with the revelations? I'm sure you could see that Charles Citrini's got a all baby face for the summer to keep his face all cool, because having a beard in the summer kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So wait, what did you want to talk about?
Basically, I wanted to give them an update on the episode because that is what I promised.
Indeed. What's gonna happen in the new episode?
Well, I told them last time I was working on the pre-production stuff for the episode, and I finished all the art for the cards, which took a little longer than expected because there's actually 2 duels in this episode instead of the standard one or the sometimes no duel story episode.
Gotta develop those characters.
Yeah, so all the card art's done. Basically, we just have to finish making the props. And then hopefully sometime next week we can start the filming process. And then after that, the editing process. And then the episode come out. Episode 39.
Yeah, you boys ready and excited for that episode?
I think they are. They've been waiting a while for it.
Does everyone still ask when the episode's coming out?
Sometimes only people who are. That's kind of why I started this thing. Yeah. So basically, to compensate, I want to bring content to the channel every week, but I want to bring something, that's more than just, some catching up with Revelations vlog video.
Some quality shit. Some
quality
shit.
Yeah. So I had an idea for maybe a weekly type video, like a Yu-Gi-Oh video, because a lot of people ask if we use real cards, and I like, for Revelations, I like using the custom cards. But I had an idea for a segment. Well, it's not like a segment, but like a side series. It's like pretty much like, it would pretty much be like, I call it like Duel Arena or Duel Stadium or something. Basically, the idea is it's just like a duel with real cards, with 2 unknowns just battling in a stadium. It's pretty much just a duel. Kind of like how you see those people just they have those videos on, they just play the cards, but except it would be like a live action with the duel discs, but it would just be a duel with real cards.
Oh shit, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, and it's easier, it's pretty fast for me to edit just the card cutouts that people use, so
will we play different characters every time, and
yeah, they wouldn't really be characters, they'd kind of just be it would kind of just be focused on the duel. It would just be a duel.
Oh shit, okay, sick.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fans who like the real cards, and so that'd be something that would make them happy, I guess.
Oh,
but if you guys are interested in something like that, as a weekly type thing, like Duel Arena or Duel Stadium, let me know what kind of decks you'd like to see in that, real life decks for this one. I don't know, because I just want to make sure that I can bring something on a regular basis, because I know Revelations takes a long time to produce, because it's just a lot of effort and editing and stuff. Yeah.
Would you live stream yourself making art? Would you want to do that?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really like it when people watch me draw.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. What about in the future? When you're more comfortable with drawing and stuff?
Yeah. So basically, that's an update on what we're thinking about doing right now. Now, I promised a Q&A segment, so we'll answer a few questions. I've got a piece of paper here. I wrote down a few questions. We don't have time to do all of them because I didn't want these catching up with Revelations to be super long. But I got Danny also to film himself answering a few, so he'll be in there as well. So I guess let's get started. We got, sorry if I mess up any of your names, by the way. We got Kurum Gulkhan, I think. He's asking if we'll ever bring back Elios cards. Elios was one of Elise's many decks, because he's having kind of like an identity crisis. But then he lost that deck when he was captured by Valtor, I believe, in when he went after him in like the end of season 1. And we haven't seen it since then. But since then, he's got like the new Future Force deck.
Future Force.
Future Force. it's like, but yeah, it's like that's like his main deck now. So we probably won't see the Elios deck, but you will see a lot more of the Future Force deck in the next episode. Then because the next episode's more of like an Elysius episode, and it has Valtor in it as well. Because Elysius kind of gets a lot more plot development in this arc of the story, because he didn't really get really much of any in season 2, because he was like kidnapped by Valtor in that like prison place. So you'll be seeing more of that and more of his Future Force deck in the episodes to come. And Jacob Audet asks, "Hey Valtor, want to play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh with me? The winner gets a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Dystopia the Disappointment." Okay, so are you going to accept the challenge or what? Valtor, he's a busy guy. Sometimes he humors himself.
I don't know, man. I thought Valtor didn't back down.
Like he doesn't, but he's a busy guy. He only accepts challenges from like the main guy, so he'd probably have to duel a few of his clones first.
gotta prove yourself that you're worthy enough for dueling Valtor.
And then it's Ninja Max. This is Max from the RP, and I have a question. Will there be any dimensional dragons?
Dimensional dragons.
Well, with the new art style I'm working on, I'm kind of moving more towards like 2D animation type things, closer to how the cards look in the actual anime, just because they'd be easier for me to, pretty much easier for me to edit, easier for me to get the monsters to look the way that I imagine them in like my head when I'm writing the script and stuff, instead of just ripping a random WoW model or from the internet, or having to like rig something up and paint it. So with that change in art style, it's possible that the dimensional dragons and more real cards could be in the show, but I'm not going to say for sure, because the dimensional dragons are kind of special cards. I consider them like special cards, and you'd have to write them into the script in a way that makes sense. So like you can't really just it'd feel weird to just like throw them in, and like some guy just randomly has these like legendary cards. Yeah. And Philip Brand, his question is, "Hey Tyler, this is Philip, aka Cal Black from the Revelations roleplay. My only question for your Q&A is, will the missing God card and Signer dragons be addressed in the show? In the last appearance of Travis the Trainee, he fell into the portal to the Shadow Realm, presumably with his deck, including Obelisk and the Signer dragon. I don't want any spoilers, just whether or not the missing cards will be addressed in the show. Thank you for taking the time to read my comment/question." Yes. It will be addressed, definitely. Travis Trainee's the main character, and Elysius said at the last episode that he made it his mission to try and find Travis, because he believes he's like one of the only ones who can help them actually fight Valtor. So basically, the next arc kind of involves Elysius's process for trying to find Travis, who fell into the shadow portal.
It feels weird like saying my name in like the third person.
Yeah.
You're gonna find Travis. What are you talking about, man? I'm right here.
And yeah. So Richard Griffin asks, "Have you thought about using pendulum summoning?" Yes. Pendulum summoning. I like pendulum summoning. But it's another one of those special things where it's like you have to introduce it into the show in a story way. Like you can't just have some random. Well, for me, like I can't have some random guy show up and be like, "Oh, I have pendulum summoning," when like no one's ever used it before. So,
everyone's gonna be like, "What the heck's pendulum summoning?"
Yeah, like even in the show right now, everyone's like, "What the heck's like Xyz summoning?" Because like the show's been going on for so long. Like Xyz first came out, and when like they were kind of introduced in the show, and then Valtor's minions have only been the ones who've used them. And that like that's kind of going to be explained in the next episode, where the Xyz monsters came from. That's in episode 39. And then pendulum summoning, it's possibly it'll probably show up later. Like maybe it'll be introduced in a way that it makes it's like integrated into the plot Like it won't just like pop up out of nowhere, I guess. The interesting thing is the pentacle cards that the chimeras, like the different chimera clones use. They're kind of like pendulums as well in a certain way. And Funny Valentine asks, are you willing to take fan created cards since you're branching out now? Would you be willing to take ideas on new projects? What are you majoring and minoring in? Any chance of making a community Discord server? As for the fan created cards, maybe. It depends on the card, and if like sometimes I have a character but I don't really know what cards to give them, so sometimes I'll take like fan related cards for that. If I like them and stuff, and then because we've taken a few fan-related cards before, like Maldonato's deck had a lot of fan cards, like the Dark Cerberus. Maldonato's, he had a fan-created. The Dark Cerberus was a fan-created card. And who else? I think I actually let one of Larthenox's first duel with Rob. So I let someone write that, and then they kind of helped make the base for the Mayrise deck, which is pretty cool. So it's a possibility. It depends on like what I need for the show and if I like them and stuff. But if you're interested in sending us fan created cards or like fan art or different art in general, you can message us on our Dead Soldier Productions Facebook page, and then we'll usually reply on there. And then he asks, would you be willing to take on ideas for new projects? Not probably ideas for projects, not so much maybe from other people, but I have ideas for things that aren't Yu-Gi-Oh related. Like I have an idea for like an original series that I want to make into like an animated series, or animated, or like a web comic with like a voiceover type thing. Yeah, but it's kind of like I'm still kind of like working out all the characters and the scripts for that. And I don't know if that's something you guys would like to see as well. I could probably do like that. I could either release it as like a web comic type thing first, and then animate it later if it gets popular. But yeah, it kind of involves like another one of my OCs, I guess. I have like the two main ones I've always had have been Valtor. I've had him since I was like grade 6. Like I find like little pictures of him drawn on like my schoolwork. And, the other one is like Ajax, and like Ajax is like the opposite of Valtor. So he's like, if Valtor is like someone who's all powerful, Ajax is someone who's like at least at the beginning of the story he's like powerless. Yeah, he's pretty powerless. And then like the story wise is kind of like I don't know. It's really anime like. It's got like magic and girl characters, because you just draw the girl characters. You don't have to find an actress for them. That's, if you guys be interested in seeing that work as well, I'd probably show it eventually. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments, I guess. What are you majoring and minoring in? Well, here in Canada, you don't really have like a major. Like you don't really pick a major or a minor when you go to college, because the way college is here, it's like college is really hands-on learning. So you spend almost the whole time doing stuff instead of listening to lectures. And then university is a lot of lectures. That's kind of just how it is in Canada. But I studied art because I wanted to do visual effects production. And that's like the prerequisite. The prerequisite for like any like artistic like field is like traditional art, so painting and drawing figures and stuff like that. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the past like 2 years. And I think Travis he's going to university for like engineering right now.
Yeah.
And then a community Discord server. Maybe
Discord server.
Yeah, maybe. I know like a lot of people do it as like a Patreon reward, so maybe I'm thinking about maybe adding it as like a low tier Patreon reward for like the lowest like tier, I think, as one of like the rewards for it. So that's like definitely a possibility. the next person, Hello Skitty 28. I remember he's been like a fan for like super long. It's good to see you're still here, man. Or girl, I don't know.
I remember their name like from like
Hello
previous.
Skitty, yeah. There's like a lot of interviews. Where
From like the previous like fan kind of things that we did before.
They're asking if we're going to be using the link format or the regular format for dueling. We're going to be using like the same regular format that we've always used, and we're probably never going to switch over to the link format.
Link Joker.
I at first I didn't like the link monsters, but then I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains, and then I liked the link monsters. But I just don't like the way the link format messes up the like already established way you play the game. Like you have to have them all, like all the linked guys from the extra deck. It kind of just I like how they duel in Arc 5 when like Reiji would just summon like 50 guys in one turn from like the extra deck. So probably not for Revelations, but if I do the duel arena thing, that will probably be like the standard link format. And then the link monsters in Revelations. Probably not, just because we're not using the link zone, and it's like, where would I even like put them on the dual disc? Like we in our roleplay, we actually integrated the links in a way where they don't affect the other extra deck monsters. So like the rule we made up for the roleplay was that the only link monsters go in the extra deck zone, and then only link monsters need to be linked, and that's been working out pretty well for us at least. So that's pretty much the links. And then Paulie Martinez asks, will Valtor still be using his deck from episode 36, or will it be changed? Also, are we going to see Anthony or Larthenox in any of the episodes? Valtor's deck is probably going to remain the same throughout the whole show with the statues and stuff, but we're going to see more of his cards and more of his... his deck like transcends the laws of the game, and just he's got like a lot of busted cards. You'll see Valtor do some stuff in episode 36, some like new stuff. It's pretty. I don't know. I like watching Valtor duel. I don't know. I am Valtor, but I like writing duels for him. I don't know why. It just feels like you can just like let loose and just rip on things. I don't know why. But yeah, Valtor's
so much more comfortable.
Valtor's he's sitting on a pillow on the floor.
Yeah,
we're actually kind of low on this like set thing. So Valtor, his deck will probably remain the same with new additions to it. As for Larthenox, I don't know. I think Brandon Blaine threw a Shadow Spirit into the Shadow Realm, so that might not end well for the heroes at some point. So Larthenox may return. Some people think he's dead, but I don't know. I don't know.
Guys will have to find out in next week's episode.
Yeah. Next is Ashley Martinson. She says, "Yay, your show is awesome. Thank you. You're so cool. Thank you." Here are some questions. What Yu-Gi-Oh characters are your favorites, male and female, and why? I don't know, like for characters in general, I don't really like them if they're male or female. Like that's not really like so much of a determining factor for me, but it's more like their character arc and their personality and stuff like that.
I like Joey Wheeler.
Yeah, he likes Joey Wheeler.
just because of all like the messed up faces he makes.
Yeah.
And the way he talks.
And I like Reiji from Arc 5 just because he's just like his personality, like he's just really, I don't know, he's tough, I guess. He's like a rock. He has no fear. Just the way he like summons like 50 guys in one turn is just really cool. And then Merrick, just because he's a villain. Yeah, I gravitate more towards like villains and darker characters.
What about Darts?
Darts is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. He's like my second favorite, I guess. And then Brains, I really like Playmaker because he's like the most edgelord out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists.
Playmaker.
Yeah, it's called Playmaker.
What the hell?
That's like his alias, but his alias is Playmaker. Yeah, and then I also like Blue Angel just because.
Blue Angel.
Yeah, she's called Blue Angel. I don't know. She's just kawaii, I guess.
Kawaii.
And Yeah, so it's not really so much determined by gender. And then next she says, this may sound like a stupid question. Will there be a romance between Brandon and Cora? I think I'll let Danny answer that one, but probably not. She already filmed all her scenes so far. So if we did want to add one, probably it's too late. And then if I like adding, I'm a shipper as well. I like adding ships to things, but it's really hard to find a female playing character.
Ship's gonna sail.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't have any like girls to really play any female characters right now to like actually do any type like of character arcs like that. Although I'd probably do one if I had like a girl that would be interested in doing that type of thing. And then the next one is, in a duel with no shadow magic, who would win, Travis or Devin, aka the worst big brother?
Devin, he's a cock.
No shadow magic. I don't know. Devin was pretty strong. We'd have to see like how powerful, if Travis becomes more powerful, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. What's the next one? And the next one is, if the Millennium Mines were real, which ones would you want and why? Probably like the Millennium Rod, so I can like control people. Make people be in the show.
I don't know what I would have. I don't know.
Like the Millennium Puzzle, like turn into Yu-Gi or something. Or the Pharaoh.
It's freaking Millennium Puzzles make my almost drop. It's freaking, yes, I am a man now. No. I don't know, maybe like Millennium Eye or something.
Yeah.
So I could see shit that other people can't see.
And then the next question is, how did Travis meet Carlos in the show? I don't know. I don't know if it's really spoilers, like, because Carlos isn't in the show anymore. We don't know if Sid will film any more scenes, but like we had an idea where like Travis would like meet him in like Vegas or something.
Yeah, it's like so it's like the 80s.
It was gonna be like it was. I don't know if it would actually be the 80s, but like it would be like an 80s themed episode.
Yeah, and like Carlos has like a mullet or whatever.
Yeah, Carlos would have a mullet.
And then I don't know where Travis Training would meet him exactly. So like I was just like, I don't know, maybe like Travis Training meets him in like Vegas, because that seems like some place where like Carlos would be like partying and shit. And like I don't know, maybe he's like a busker or something, because like Carlos kind of like, I don't know, he's fallen on hard times like a lot of the time, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He always tells all these stories about like being on ships and random stories.
Yeah.
It's like
So
yeah. What? Panda bears?
Yeah. So I guess the show is so awesome and amazing, and I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I'm glad. I'm very glad you enjoyed it. I'm like serious.
I'm glad. Okay, I'll probably let Danny answer a few questions now, and then we'll be back in a little bit.
Hey everyone, it's Danny H, actor who plays Brandon Blaine, Rob Blaine, Night Fury, and a few other ones that have not aired yet. And I'm here to answer some questions from you guys. So I'm going to start with some, and then we'll go back to Tyler or Anthony. So here we go. Let's see. Ashley Martinson, sorry if I pronounce any names wrong, I apologize now. You asked, romance between Brandon and Cora. So don't really know how to answer that. I'm gonna say probably, or definitely no. So Cora is actually my ex-girlfriend, and we filmed these scenes that will be in season 3. They were back when we first went to Canada in 2013, and we were dating at the time. Obviously we refilmed some scenes, so those scenes with her in it will stay, but we've changed some stuff up. I'll let someone else answer the rest of your questions. For the Millennium items, I probably would love to have the rod or the eye. The eye would be cool just to see everything. But let's see. Next person I'm going to answer. Jeremy Prinzen. I'm sure Tyler could probably answer this better. The origin story of Valtor was kind of in the first few episodes. There might be some stuff later. That would be more Tyler to confirm, but mainly spoilers. From Eric Dowhoff. Let's see. Do you think Axel Leonhardt, twin brother of Alex Leonhardt, would make an appearance, join the Resistance, and use a Polyneer-themed deck in the future? As far as I know, for canon-wise, there's no Alex Leonhardt or Axel Leonhardt. I believe Alex Leonhardt was sealed on one of the Soul Walls in an episode. And since we're not taking any new actors kind of right now, unless they live near one of us, I'm going to say that's a no. It won't happen. Hero God cards to counteract Zero Gods. That wouldn't really go with our storyline, so I'm going to say another one, a no for that one. Blue Eyes White Dragon Roar and Red Eyes Black Dragon Roar from the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. I feel like if we use those, we'd probably get in trouble for copyright from Konami and from 4Kids. I'm sure they would definitely do that. And Leonhardt's sibling join the Resistance. Jesse Leonhardt's sister. I'm pretty sure none of them would be joining the Resistance. No offense. Don't think they're canon actually in our show for what we have for scripts right now. Let's see. What new characters, if any, can we expect? There'll be some new characters, some played by a few of us. There might be some new actors or actresses coming eventually. Not this season, so to speak. Might be here and there, but we're trying. We have people ask about more girl characters. Obviously, we would love to have more female characters, not have just the guys the whole time. Just harder to find girls who like Yu-Gi-Oh! Still these days and who'd want to act on screen. So we'll see how that works, but as of right now, probably not sure. How long has it been for all of you to work so hard on the Revelations of Steel Warrior Calcos? That's from Kahara Rose. I've joined the show after Anthony first appeared. So Anthony came to my college in 2011, and I joined the show right after he got to college for the Rob Blaine scene. Tyler liked some of the acting I did, which I think that was a terrible episode on my part, but that's when I came back as Brandon Blaine and some other stuff. So my seventh year this fall with Dead Soldier, and I love every moment of it. Made some really good friends out of it, so it's definitely been a fun experience. So I can do one or two more, and I'll leave it to the rest of them. So, card suggestions from 5 Mart 2N. Tyler has a lot of stuff already made, so I'm sure maybe if he asks for a contest or something, people submit card ideas or artwork, we might look into it. But mainly it's what we have so far, but I'm sure it could change. Wallace Crawford, Revelations or Calco, similar to Waking the Dragons. Not really. They're not really doing the whole Atlantis and the, the Great Leviathan too much. We like doing our own original stuff, not copying. So I'm going to say it's a hard no on that one. So I can do one more and I'll be out of here. Although the item, or this is from Shadow Rider. Although the Eye to Maias was played by Brandon, will the other dragons be played by any other characters? I'm going to be that person that says it, but spoilers. So, that's pretty much all I'm going to answer for now. I loved everything about this, and Tyler's been working super hard. He went to college all year. That's why we haven't had any new episodes in almost the last year. But now with his new techniques he learned from school, he's going to be a lot better. And trust me, episode 39 is going to be off the chain. So, thank you guys all for being supportive fans. We love you guys, and please keep continuing supporting the show. Tell friends, and we're back, even though we never left. So, thanks everybody, and can't wait to talk to you guys again for answering your questions for next time.
Yeah. Had a nice 5-second break there. Yeah. Got me a sandwich that I've been waiting for.
So that was Danny H with his questions. So I guess that'll wrap up this bi-weekly catching up with Revelations. Let me know in the comments what you think of this dual stadium idea, where these two, it would just be like dueling with real decks, not really so much story, probably be less intensive editing, but it would be something that would be able to come out like every week or so, just so I can keep content coming out on the channel. And then also let me know what you think about I'm not really gonna give any details yet, but like the webcomic types, animated series type idea. And then also, if you have any more questions, if we didn't answer your question, you can put it in the comments below, and we'll try to answer it in the next Catching Up with Revelations video.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time, I guess.